Bridge of events. How do you recognize them? Do you create them? And if you do create them, how do you create them? Well, guess what? That's what we're going to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about how you create a bridge of events, and also I'll give you an example of a bridge of events from my life. And yeah, so just before we get started, if you are looking for some extra help, we've got a great team of coaches here. Check out the link in the description below, as well as, you know what, I've started a new Patreon group. It's a law of attraction discussion group, and yeah, come join it. It is down in the description below. It's a Patreon group. Anyways, guys, okay, so bridge of events. I love this subject. Okay, so first of all, let's discuss what a bridge of events is. Okay, a bridge of events is something you can only see in hindsight. Okay, it's not something that is laid out before you, and like a video game, you've got to choose path A or path B. Path A is going to lead to what you want, path B isn't. It's not something that's predetermined, laid out in front of you, because you're the creator of your reality. Okay, so you actually create a bridge of events, and you actually create the bridge of events with assumptions. Okay, so here's an example from my life. Okay, so back when I met Andrew, I joined the Chamber of Commerce, and I joined the Chamber of Commerce for two reasons. Basically to, help my business grow, and two, to meet like-minded people. Okay. Now, the other thing that I personally wanted in a relationship was to have, a partner that actually was an entrepreneur as well, because to me, I felt that was important if we were both entrepreneurs, because I'm an entrepreneur and I would like somebody that was an entrepreneur. So I had the assumption that I was going to meet in these networking groups, somebody that I could actually spend my life with, right? And I kind of wanted a lawyer. I don't know why. So those are my assumptions with joining this chamber group. And then sure enough, that assumption, Andrew kind of popped up out of nowhere, and I ended up talking to him, and, we ended up hitting it off, and then we ended up getting it together. So in hindsight, the bridge of events is I was told by somebody to join the chamber to meet like-minded people. I made the assumption that I was probably going to meet somebody that I was going to have a relationship with there. And then that assumption turned into Andrew showing up. And then I assumed that I would like him, and I did. And we ended up getting together, and here we are now. Okay. So that's the bridge of events for how me and Andrew met and got together. Okay. So you create your bridge of events. And how do you create your bridge of events? You create your bridge of events through assumptions. Now, if I would have gone to the Chamber of Commerce and made the assumption that I'm not going to like anybody there, then guess what? I would have created a bridge of events where I would not have met anybody because I created the bridge of events with my assumptions. Okay. So how do you create a bridge of events that works in your favor? Is you always make the assumption that whatever happens is working in your favor. Okay. So, it's kind of like, the philosophy, if you ever heard, when one door opens, when one door closes, another door opens, or always look for the, the silver lining in things. Those both are sort of like, sayings that we have that are basically saying, create your own bridge of events through the assumption that everything's working out for you. Okay. And everything is working out for you in your favor. Okay. So even when something, say, bad happens that I've manifested, and I'm like, oh, you know what? It's like, I did not want that. Well, if I say to myself, okay, well, I'm going to learn something from it and make some, better intentions to prevent it from happening again. So that way, tomorrow's even better. And that never happens again, and I never have to experience it again. So again, I'm creating a bridge of events through assumptions that I'm going to learn from my mistake. I'm going to make, the necessary changes in my thinking process to make tomorrow better. So, we always want to create something that is going to work in our benefit, okay? And we want to do that through our assumptions. So, it's the fine art of taking any situation that may be bad and saying, okay, maybe this had to happen for a reason, okay? So yeah, take a look at, how you react to situations in your life when they may not look at first to be within your favor. And, take a look and say, well, if, find the silver lining in it. I remember one time, I got let go from this job and I was absolutely devastated at first, but I was like, no, you know what? I'm like, it's going to work out in my favor. I'm like, something's better is going to come along. And thank God I got let go from that job, because that enabled me to find a job where I actually got paid twice as much as I did at my other job. And then I look back, if that job didn't fire me, I wouldn't have been motivated to look for another job, and I wouldn't have found another job that paid me twice as much more. All because at one point I stopped and said, wait a minute, me losing my job here is going to be the best thing ever. So again, I made the assumption that it was going to work out in my favor, which ended up creating a bridge of incidences that it did end up working in my favor. Okay. So you guys create the bridge of incidences with the assumption and the reaction that you have to any given situation in your life. I mean, let's be honest, like even a relationship ending, you create it ending. I mean, that's a bridge of incidences that you created with your assumptions all along to have it end. So bridge of incidences aren't just creating good things in your life. It can be creating bad things in your life. It's just basically, is looking back at your assumptions and seeing how your assumptions went and created how you got to where you are now. Okay. So yeah, look at what goes on in your life and take every situation, find the silver lining, make the assumption that it had to happen and work out in your favor, or any way that you can spin it that's going to create something better for you tomorrow. Okay. Anyways, that's my video for today. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. You guys are all amazing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.